What is going on, folks? It is Rigor Mortis, and we are back with yet another video. And today we are talking about Shiba Inu. Folks, a lot to talk about in today's video. We will get into the price action. We will get into how the market is moving. But first, I wanted to talk about something very important, and that is the Shiba Inu ecosystem and the community that comprises it. So that is what we are going to be discussing in today's video. If you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, join the family. Throw a like on this video as it really helps the algorithm get it out to more people, and comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions about all things Shiba Inu. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, what do I mean about the ecosystem and the community? Now, one thing that I have been seeing on social media time and time again is that the community members have been divided. There have been Shiba Inu maximalists, and there have been people such as myself that truly believe we are thriving because we are an ecosystem. And we have seen on social media, people want the development team, people want people in the community to focus just on Shiba Inu and nothing else. And what I mean by that is Shib, Leash, Bone, and two future tokens, that is Treat and Shy. What do I think about this? Well, first, before I get into my own opinions, let's go ahead and see a tweet that Shitoshi actually sent out earlier today that really drives this point home. 1 hour ago, for those asking when I will tweet about Shib, I tweet about Shib, Leash, Bone, Treat, Shiboshis, Shibarium, Shy, Welly, John Richmond, and if you want just Shib news, try to follow the main Shib account at Shib Token, but they do the same. We are an ecosystem and community. I completely agree with what Shitoshi is saying here. Each of the pieces of the ecosystem has a very, very specific role on how it is being built out. He continues on here. One more thing that's important to note. All these things will ultimately benefit Shib, and it already has. But please, if I bore your timeline or you don't see how it all fits, just unfollow. It's easier than him explaining it over and over and over again. Now, Shitoshi, I agree with you on almost everything you are saying here. But for me, as a member of the community, as somebody not really behind the scenes, not seeing what the development team is building out, it would be extremely helpful for me to get some reminders. Hey, this is what we're doing. This is why we are doing it, because it really helps restore some of that faith that people have in the ecosystem. Whenever somebody is looking from the outside in, they see Shiba Inu, they're asking why there isn't any growth, then they don't really recognize the importance of some of these other tokens. So I agree, yes, it is important to stress that we are an ecosystem, not just Shiba Inu alone, just like Ryoshi planned it all out at the inception of this token. But on the flip side of that, let's make sure that new investors are informed, they know where to get that information, and they have reminders. For not only new investors, they have reminders that this is an ecosystem, and for those that are OGs, people that have been around for a long time, they have reminders as well, like, hey, you know, this is the sum of the parts. This ecosystem is being built out in a very particular way because it's all going to come together in a very special way. Now, to really drive this point home, I love this Medium article that was actually made by a member of the community named Miles. I haven't read it in its entirety, but I really, really like what you laid out here, Miles. The 5 tokens of the Shiba Inu ecosystem. This really drives the point home. Shib. This is the currency to replace your fiat, quote unquote. So this is what we're going to use to transact. This is the mother of the ecosystem. This is the token that everybody knows and loves. Bone. This is for gas and government. This is governance, to replace Ethereum and allow voting. Love it. Leash, wealth, to store your wealth in one place. I would also extend that a little bit and say Leash is more of an exclusive token that makes it so that you can get into some of the other parts of the ecosystem either before everybody else or more than everybody else. So it's kind of this exclusive token within the ecosystem that makes it really special. Treat. This is going to be for rewards to get benefits from games, metaverse, and staking. And then Shy, this is going to be the stable token to store all your money in the near fiat capacity without the fear of flux. Of course, not all of these things are going to go exactly to the T according as planned. And of course, there is some overlap between the 5 tokens. But that being said, these 5 big bins, I really like the way Miles laid it out here. And I agree that this is an ecosystem. not just Shiba Inu, but I understand where people are coming from. These are my thoughts. First and foremost, it's good that we're building out on so many different fronts, but in my opinion, maybe we should slow down a little bit. Instead of starting to introduce all of these new tokens and things in the ecosystem, maybe we slow down and we really see how is this piece of the puzzle really going to fit, and how are we going to convince the community to really get on board with this. I completely agree with you guys. I think that things might be being built out a little bit too quickly, and maybe it's time to slow down just a little bit and say, okay, what are we actually doing with these tokens, and how are we going to build out this ecosystem in a timely fashion? Doesn't mean that it has to happen overnight. These developers are working extremely hard. In my opinion, we let them work and we focus on the tokens that we have. And after that, once we have built out those tokens and we're satisfied with it, then we can start moving on to the next one. But of course, everybody likes fast pace, and I understand that. So people want them to work and work and work and really build this thing out in a very, very high capacity. So I understand both sides of the argument. And of course, only time will tell how these things will come to fruition. That's all I have to say about that for now. The price action. Shiba Inu is doing well on the day. If we go ahead and take a look at the 7-day chart, you guys already know the story. I talked a lot about this in yesterday's video. Cryptocurrency is doing well. Ethereum here leading the charge. If you missed the video that I uploaded a couple of days ago, we talked a lot about the Ethereum test net merge. The last one is actually coming up on the horizon. After that, we are going to be moving to a proof of stake. Now, I have some opinions about this. A lot of people are bullish when it comes to this merge, and I completely agree. This is a very exciting time for Ethereum, all Ethereum tokens, and cryptocurrency in general. I think this is the reason we are seeing this pump, but a couple of things to keep in mind. Two things. First and foremost, inflation. I know, not going to talk about it too much, but inflation and interest rates here in the United States. That's first and foremost. That could either be very bullish or very bearish. And again, with the whole testnet and Ethereum moving to the consensus/staking model, that can either be bullish or bearish as well. First and foremost, inflation. We could have seen peak inflation this month. Well, technically it's for the month of June, but we could have seen peak inflation, and that could lead to the Federal Reserve to start loosening things up ever so slightly, or maybe not be so hasteful in tightening, that is increasing the interest rates. So that could either be bearish or bullish. Maybe inflation is going to continue to go up and the Federal Reserve will continue to tighten. That will send the markets down. The other side of things, Ethereum, the testnet merge, and the move to the consensus model. First and foremost, things can go very, very well. The devs have actually said that they plan on moving to a proof of stake in September. But that said, what if things don't go according to plan? Well, it can go two ways. First and foremost, on these last couple of test nets, I think they actually moved to the second to last one just recently. On these last couple of test nets, a bunch of bugs could make themselves appear. And if a bunch of bugs do end up appearing, that could actually slow down the move to proof of stake. And after we move to a proof of stake, things could maybe not be as clear as we once thought. So a couple of things to just consider. Now, I'm not saying that the market is going to move one way or the other. Nobody really knows. But I think this pump is primarily because of the Ethereum move to proof of stake. But I do want you guys to consider a couple of things, like I said. Inflation, interest rates, the macroeconomic environment, and two, whether or not this testnet merge is going to A, happen on time, and B, happen seamlessly. That is all I have for you guys in today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. Please keep in mind, I'm by no means a financial advisor. I'm just here to put you guys on plays that I'm interested in. Please, please, please go out and do your own research before investing in anything I talk about on my channel, as these videos are for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you guys so much once again. It's been your boy Rigor Mortis. I am out the scene, folks. Peace out.